Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create your own channel banner as well as how to upload that banner to YouTube so that you have a nice banner for yourself. So the apps we're going to be using in today's video are on the screen right now. So I'm going to be using Fonto and Over. Other cool apps that I do recommend using is PixArt and Adobe Sketch. Now the apps I'm going to be using, you don't have to use these apps specifically. You're just going to be having to use the general technique that I'm going to be using to create these banners in your own apps. But yeah, you don't have to use these apps, but using these apps will be easier to follow the tutorial along. But yeah, if you have your own editing apps, just use the same method/technique that I used, and I'm sure you'll be fine. So PixArt is really nice to add some extra graphics, and Adobe Sketch I like to use to add like little brush strokes and things over my thumbnails and things like that. You can use that in your banner as well. I just wanted to implement those apps just to show you guys some cool other alternatives to add something to your banner. So the main editing app is going to be Over. Fonto I'm going to be using for one reason only that I'm going to get into later in the video. So yeah, first we're going to cover on how to make the banner, and then we're going to get into how to actually upload that banner to your channel. So I'm going to go into Over and I'm going to create a new project. So I'm going to click on this plus button down here. And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to select transparent or white. You can choose whichever one you want. I'm going to actually go with white, but it doesn't really matter. You can use some of these as the background for your banner, or you can use a different photo. I'll get into that later. I'm just going to go with white. And then down here, you're going to choose all the way down here, YouTube channel cover. So if you're not using Over and you have to make your own custom size, this is the size you're going to want to be entering, 2560 by 1440 pixels. So that's the size. If you're using a different app, that's the size you want to be using for a YouTube channel banner / cover, whatever you want to call it. We're going to click on the correction mark up here, and now we're going to get started on our process of creating our banner. Okay, so first things first, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be importing an image. This image is going to be available for you to download in the description box below. YouTube usually gave this image as a download when you went on their page to learn more about channel banners. I don't see that page anymore, but I did get this photo somewhere over the internet. So if you want to download it, it's really helpful. You'll see in the tutorial. Yeah, download link is in the description box below. So I'm going to import that image. This is what the image looks like. It basically is a guideline to show you where to add the text and things for your banner. So I'm going to import it like so. It's a little bit cropped, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, this is my background now. Also, editing the size, you can just go to the toggle down here. They have a few options here. Go to size and just make it a bit smaller so it actually fits perfectly. So that's a good size. Okay, now we're going to click on the correction mark up here, and now we're going to actually get started on editing our banner. So as you can see here, these are some guidelines. So this area that says text and logo save area, that's where you're going to be adding the text and the logo for your channel, the thing that you want people to see on your banner, the main piece. So as far as you're concerned, that's the only part of your banner. Okay, this area is just the areas that are going to be seen on different devices. So for instance, this is where you're going to be seeing if you're on the TV, the size of the banner you're going to be seeing. And if you're on desktop, you're only going to be seeing this part of your banner. It just crops it automatically depending on the device that you have or that you're viewing your channel on. So yeah, this is the area you want everyone to see. So you're going to be putting the most important things in there. So now we're going to be adding our background image. So the important thing about this is you can either use a background plain image that we've already selected. So you're going to see here in layers, I have my white background layer down here. So if you want this background to be your background for your banner, you're just going to be deleting this image later. Once we're done with adding everything, you'll see when we're going to be deleting it. So you can use just this, or I'm going to be importing a photo right now that I want to use as the background for my banner. So I'm going to be importing that photo right now. So this is the image that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be zooming in real quick so that it actually fits my canvas. And also now you can't see this logo and text safe area anymore since it's at the back of this. So for right now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go down to these tools down here until we see opacity, which is this one here, and we're going to lower it until we can see this image that we have at the back here. And now I'm just going to move it to where I want my image to be. So I'm going to leave it like so. Okay, so now I'm going to click on the correction mark up here. So now we can faintly see our background image, and we can still see that image that we imported from YouTube with the text and logo safe area. Now we're going to actually be starting to edit our banner furthermore by adding the text we want for our channel name or whatever you want to put as the main title of your banner. So I'm just going to be adding my channel name. Clicking down here on text, they do have a few options for fonts you can choose from, but they don't have a lot of fonts. The rest of the fonts you need to pay for, and you can't import your own fonts. That's why I'm going to be using Fonto for creating my channel's name, just because it has a lot more fonts that I frequently use on my channel. So that's why I always have Fonto at my disposal whenever I'm creating any designs, because all my fonts that I use are on this app because I've imported them from thefont.com. So I'm going to click down here, select plain image, and I'm going to select this black background because I want the background of my text design that we're going to be making now in Fonto to be the opposite of the color of my text, which is going to be white. So if you have black text, I recommend making the background white because it's easier to erase the background then. You'll see what I mean by that. So I'm going to click on this option up here and select use. And now I'm going to be adding my text. So I'm just going to be saying Kayla's world, like so. And I'm going to keep that font, but I just want to quickly show you guys, these are my fonts that I've imported. If you want to quickly take a screenshot, because I always get questions on what fonts I use, there you can see most of these fonts are available on thefont.com. So yeah, these are the fonts that I use. And then I'm going to click on done and just going to put this in the middle right here. You can add like a stroke around your text by editing on style here. You can add a few things, but I'm just going to go with this plain text right now and save this to my camera roll. Next up, I'm going to be going into an app called Eraser. So I'm going to go into this app and I'm going to be clicking up here to import my photo that I just created in Fonto. And now we're going to be erasing the background of this image so that we only have our text left. So I'm going to click on erase here, select target color, and then I'm going to tap on anywhere on this black with the background. So here you can see I'm selecting that color. So now all the background with that color is now erased so that you can't see it anymore. So that's why I recommend making the background color a totally different color from your text so that it's easily erased by selecting target color. Okay, so now done. We're going to save that image. Now I'm going to go back into Over and we're going to add that image in. So I'm just going to go to images. And here we have my channel's name. So if you want to easily edit the size and everything, you can go down here to size. So you can very specifically edit the size. So I'm going to make it like so. And now I'm going to be adding another few things. So this is the part where you can go all out with however you want your banner to be. I'm going to be adding an Instagram logo as well as my Instagram handle. So I'm going to go to images and just import my logo. So here you can see the logo. I'm just going to go here to size, make it quite smaller because I just want this to be a little detail on my banner. And I'm also going to go here to nudge. This just makes it easier to be precise with the positioning of the things you add over your design. So that's why I'm going to be using this option. It's just easier to manipulate exactly the positioning of maybe, for instance, a photo, especially working on such a small thing and such a big canvas. Now I'm going to be adding some text. Now this text I'm going to actually be adding in this app. I'm not going to go through the Fonto thing again because this is just some plain text I want to add. So I'm just going to be adding my Instagram handle like so. Select done, and then I'm just going to be editing the size of it a bit more, and also the font. I want it to be a different font. You can also play around with color, things like that. In this app here, you can see style, you can add shadows, things like that, but I'm just going to be going very plain. I'm going to go to nudge again. Bring that down a bit like so. When selecting things, especially in over, it's sometimes hard to select the correct thing. So sometimes when I want to select, for instance, the Instagram logo, I'm selecting this big image. To easily select which item you want, you can click up here at layers, and here you can see all your layers. So I can easily tap on this icon here and then it's selected. So that's how you can easily access all your photos. But now that I'm happy with everything, I'm just going to be doing this plain thing. I'm not going to be adding anything more. You can do subscribe button things. You can even add more handles, more icons, things like that. This is really up to you how you want to customize your channel banner. I'm just going to be going with this. But now we're going to want to be deleting that ugly background that we have there, the YouTube thing. So I'm going to click up here at layers, and then I'm going to click on this minus mark here next to this image that we want to remove and select delete. And now you can see we have it like this. So I'm going to go back into layers, tap on my background image here, and now I'm going to go and pull the opacity all the way up. So now it actually looks like I want it to look on my channel. Anyway, now what I'm also going to be quickly doing is blurring my background. I recommend doing this if the background is taking a lot of more focus than the text itself, since you want your text to be the main focus of your banner. Okay, now I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to click here on export, and here you can see the size of your export. So YouTube usually just takes things when uploading a banner, it has to be 6 megabytes or less. So I recommend exporting it. To go down here to export settings. Here you can see a PNG. PNG is very, very good quality, but PNGs are way bigger in size. So I recommend using a JPEG and going with best, since that is a smaller file size, which is going to be better for uploading to YouTube when you upload this. So I recommend using a JPEG. And if you've created your image in a different app and your image is too big of a size, then just import that image into Over, and when exporting it, change it to JPEG. So yeah, I just recommend that. So here you can see it's only 2.7 megabytes where it was 6 megabytes and probably more in PNG. So yeah, I recommend doing that. Okay, so now I'm just going to click save down here. Okay, so now I'm done with creating my banner on my phone. So now I'm going to be uploading it. So I'm going to go into Safari, but you can go to any web browser that you like. And now I'm going to be going to youtube.com. Okay, so regularly it will take you to this page here. So it's going to be in desktop mode, not in mobile mode. This is what mobile mode looks like. I'm going to switch into it. This is mobile mode on your phone, but you want to be on desktop mode. So if it did take you to mobile mode, just tap up here and select desktop down here. Tap on desktop, and then it will take you to desktop mode. And a lot of times when you tap on desktop, it takes you into the YouTube app. To prevent that from happening, from it taking you to the YouTube app, hold down on desktop and select open in new tab, and then it won't take you back to the YouTube app. So that's just a quick tip. But okay, so once you're happy with that, I'm gonna tap on my channel icon up here. You have to do the same, and then I recommend tapping on your channel. Now it's going to take you to this screen here. So here you can actually see my banner. I actually just uploaded it because this is the second time I'm filming this tutorial. I'm going to click on customize thumb or customize channel here, tap on that, and then it's going to be taking you to this screen here. Sometimes it takes you to a screen and it shows the YouTube Studio app. Just select continue with Studio. If it takes you to that screen, just select continue with Studio if it shows that screen, okay? Otherwise it will just take you to this screen. So once we're here, we're gonna tap on here at branding, select change, and select photo library. So here is my image. I can see it is 2.7 megabytes, so it's the right size, and select choose. And now it's going to be showing you a preview of how it's going to be used on different devices, and select done. And once you're done with that, select publish so it actually saves that setting. And then if it is successfully published, you will see a notification pop up down here that says changes published. So now I'm going to be going into the YouTube app to show you guys what it looks like now. So here you can see my banner with all the things that I did add all there. So yeah, it successfully uploaded that to my channel. So yeah, I hope that was helpful for you guys and you found it interesting. You got some tips on how to edit it and how to upload it easily and to make sure it's the right size and in the right box. And if you edited it in your app and it still cut off a few things in the logo and text save area, just nudge some things together and then export it again and then try to upload it again and see if it's better. So yeah, it's just a lot of trial and error usually, but you'll get it eventually. So yeah, if this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up and comment down below any other questions you might have for me. Definitely subscribe by clicking on the icon on the screen. Click on the playlist to see all of my other YouTube tips and tricks videos, so that's other tutorials and things like this. And click on the videos from my previously uploaded video. I love you guys so much. Be weird and be proud of it and stay safe. Bye.